Alright, for those of you who watched my video on making a turkey, it was an absolute nightmare. I will never, ever, ever, ever do it again. The turkey came out really good. Tasted delicious. Just way too much trouble. Not worth it to me. And, alright, so I'm going to make some gravy because I gave my mom all the stock, the juice from the turkey, and I don't have any. So what I'm going to do is 3 tablespoons, which half of a stick is 4 tablespoons, so 3 tablespoons it's marked off of butter. So I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of butter, didn't cut that well, and let's see, is this showing up on the video? Yeah, that's showing up on the video. Okay, a little less than 3 tablespoons of butter because I cut it bad, but that's what it's going to be, 3 tablespoons, and this is not soft because I just took it out of the fridge, so I'm going to pop this in the microwave for a few seconds, and this is going to be a really easy, this is going to be a really easy gravy to make. So let me go get this camera adjusted. Let me go pop this in the microwave, and I'll be back. Alright, it's not really melted, but I don't want to, I guess I need a spoon for this. I don't really want to okay, I guess it is melted. I put it in for 15 seconds on high. You don't really want to heat it until it gets all bubbly and burned, because that will be nasty. Okay, so you got to put some seasoning in here. They call for 1 teaspoon of salt, which is crazy. You know, we're dying of hypertension and diabetes, so you don't need 1 teaspoon of salt in some of this. What can I put in here? I'm going to go put in some, let me go find some seasoning. Hold on, my place is a mess. I can't even see the counter. This is pretty sad. This was sitting right next to me, like an inch away. Okay, instead of putting salt and pepper in there, they want 1 teaspoon of salt and like a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm just going to put some of this really cool Lawry seasoned pepper. Put whatever you want in there to give it a little bit of flavor, but 1 teaspoon is ridiculous. This is probably way too much, but it will be enough seasoning that it will be nice. So there's some pepper, which I'm sure has a little bit of salt in it, and some butter. And don't overdo it. Don't go crazy and overdo it. Alright, and after that, what else do we need in here? We need some chicken broth. 2 cups of chicken broth. I get this container of chicken broth from Costco. Really careful on my videos of showing brand names now because YouTube is freaking out with some of the stuff we post here. So I'm going to go get 2 cups of this stuff. Hold on. Alright, this might be too small of a container. 2 cups. I don't need 2 cups of gravy. That's crazy. I might just make 1 cup. Can I get 2 cups in here? Yeah, let me make some extra gravy. Okay. So, 2 cups of chicken broth. This is a, you can use beef broth if you want, whatever the hell you want. Use some type of broth, some type of liquid with some flavor. And there is so much salt in chicken broth that to be putting an extra teaspoon of salt in here is crazy. You know, these chefs they got their head up their bungolio. Okay, so mainly all you're doing is 2 cups of, get rid of that one. We're going to be putting 2 cups of chicken broth, 3 tablespoons of butter, and this butter is kind of nasty right now, but that will change when I start to mix it, because that's just the consistency of butter. And then I'm going to want 3 tablespoons of flour. And you're mostly doing this just so you can thicken this stuff up. So here's my flour. Here's 1, 2, I'm putting heaping spoons in there because I'd rather have this thick and then work on making it thinner than waste my time going in circles. So I'm going to mix this stuff up now. You don't really need to watch me stir this stuff, but I'm going to go mix this thing, and when it starts to get a little thicker, then I'll put the video back on. Okay, I guess the first step is that I'm a dumbass, because what you're supposed to do is you're not supposed to melt the butter in the microwave, you're supposed to put this in a pan and kind of heat it all up. Oops. Alright, so we're all learning together. I told you I'm a master chef. I don't know what I'm a master of, but... Alright, so all of this stuff, I was wondering, how the hell am I going to get this butter to start mixing in here and thickening this stuff up? Well, you need heat. That's it, you need heat, and then it will start to thicken up. So, that's what we've got. Let me go pop this over on the heat right now. Alright, now we're really cooking, right? Okay. Where did I put that spoon? Oh my god, oh, the spoon is in the pan. Alright, woo, that's hot. That is hot. Let me go turn this thing down. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's see. Can I crank this thing down a little bit further? Let me turn this down a little bit so I don't burn myself. And adjust the camera just a little bit more. Zoom out. Okay, beautiful. We're recording now. Okay, so what temperature do you want to put this on? I don't care. Put it on low, put it on medium. You don't want to put this on too high because you don't want to burn this and make it gross. So, when I started out with the video, putting the butter in the microwave, oops, don't do that. Put the butter in the pan. It doesn't really matter either way. I mean, if you put it in the pan, it's gonna melt, but it's not gonna get burned. Okay, that's not heating enough. So let me crank the heat up a little bit more. Get this thing to a boil. Move my hand away so it start to get to a nice hot boil. You can sit here and watch this with me. And this is the gravy that you know it's starting to boil. Okay, gravy that you make without when you don't have anything else in the house. Nothing in the house. Some chicken broth. You know, if you don't have chicken broth, if you have a can of chicken soup, take the noodles out. Just use the soup. That will work too. Anything just to get by. Okay, so now it's starting to look much better. Let's see, can you see it? It doesn't really look thick yet. It's starting to boil. Maybe boiling too much. And so you want to stir it. You want to keep stirring it. You saw I put in 3 heaping tablespoons when the recipe calls for 3 tablespoons. Okay, now it's starting to thicken a little bit more. That's why you're using the flour to thicken everything. It's mostly you're just flavoring some flour and butter. And if it's not, oh, I'm going to turn that down because it's starting to. Now it kind of looks like a gravy. You would see it's thick. I don't really need to make that any thicker. I was thinking I might want to put in a little more flour. If you want it thicker, put in more flour. If you don't want it as thick, put in less flour or put in more chicken broth or some liquid to take care of that. Make it thinner. I think that will get me through the turkey that I have. Let me turn this down. This is really hot now. I don't want to burn myself, but you just saw how I made a gravy in about, well, with my videos, the video is probably like 2 hours, but you just saw how I made a gravy in about 2 minutes. It's very hot. I'm going to get my, ow! What does it taste like? It tastes like flour and butter. Tastes like flour and butter and pepper. Alright, so, season to taste. Whatever you want to put in there after this to give it a nicer taste. I could go and cut up a little bit of the turkey, cut up some pieces and mix it in here to give it a little more flavor, but whatever you want to put in, hot sauce or pepper, some salt, any seasonings, and that is how you make a gravy in about 30 seconds. Make sure, if you didn't watch the video, I'm going to attach this to my turkey making video, but if you didn't watch that video, watch that. It's a hysterical nightmare. and watch the other amazing videos that I've put online. Hey, here's the final result. I put some tapatio, how do you pronounce this stuff? Tapatio. Put some tapatio in the gravy just to give it a little bit of more flavor. But I don't even taste the zing, but it tastes really good. So the gravy thickness came out perfect. The consistency was absolutely perfect. I used 3 heaping tablespoons of flour, 3 tablespoons of butter, 2 cups of chicken broth. You can use beef broth or whatever seasoned flavored liquid you want. You don't even have to use broth. Just use 2 cups of something with a lot of seasoning and flavor in there if you don't have broth. And your seasonings. And it makes a really quick, very good tasting gravy.